Thank you so very much for being here. And I apologize, first of all, for I'm not dressed very mayoral today, but an hour and a half ago I was clear up in the Northwest at a landfill. So, and they were, one of these, best laid plans. I was supposed to get back about an hour and a half ago so I could change clothes, and they didn't get me. So, but that's what being a mayor is like. Thank you for being a part of this and for being here. I'd like you to know how important you are to us. I think one of the unfortunate things about being involved in any level of government is that we tend to, publicly at least, talk about and celebrate the big guys. Those are the ones that bring the newspapers out, that bring the cameras out when we have a nice little announcement, when we have a ribbon cutting, when we have those kind of events that make a splash. The reality is, in any community, and especially in the 4 communities we're talking about here, small and medium-sized business are our bread and butter. Without you, we have no economic health. Without you, we have no economic growth. And without you, we really are not a community. There's a lot of good going on, especially as it relates in Mesa, as far as recognizing that if we're going to grow, and especially if we're going to grow internally, that growth is not going to come from enticing companies to come here. That is going to be a very small part of our economic health. True economic health will come from nurturing existing businesses, helping them succeed, and helping them expand. We get much more benefits if Bill's Tire Shop adds 5 employees, because there's 50 Bill's Tire Shops in our community, and all of a sudden you've added 200 jobs, than if we go out and we spend all this time, energy, and effort in bringing in a company from California, Nebraska, wherever it is, that adds 50. Now that'll get the news, but what really makes a difference is if we help you succeed. And I can tell you, in the city of Mesa, we have some very special initiatives that we have in place, working hand in hand with our city council and our Chamber of Commerce, that are small and medium-sized business oriented. Because I know, I've run a small business. I've sat on that other side of the table, and I've known that what seems to be, in the mind of a bureaucrat, a very simple task: fill out this piece of paper, comply with this requirement, answer this inspector, are killers for small and medium-sized business. We're working on some specific initiatives to make life easier, because in Mesa, we have a saying. We've tried to change the culture of how we interact with our citizens, especially interact with our businesses, interact with those who want to invest in our community. And what we've said is that that government is very good at regulating. Government has had a lot of practice in regulating. We're not here to regulate. We want to facilitate. Now, that doesn't mean we're going to lower our standards. That doesn't mean we're able to say, well, let's just forget about that law, that safety. No, that's not the issue. What we've been really good at is saying, here's the rules, you figure out how to live with them. And that's when I got tired of dealing with government. I said, I need to change it, and one of the reasons I decided to run for mayor. When the city told me I had to comply with something and then refused to tell me how I could comply with it. Now, I was lucky because I have a background. I'm a CPA and attorney by training, and I was able to hire the right people and do the right things to get over that, but it ticked me off. And I understood, I came to realize at that time that this is a way that government kills jobs. And we're not in the business of killing jobs. We should be in the business of creating jobs, helping the private industry create jobs, because government doesn't create anything. So what we're looking at is we're saying we want to facilitate. We want to help you. We want to set high standards, tell you what you need to do, and then help you to get there so that you can succeed. The city of Mesa is in the success business. And the success is not something we create, it's something you create. But if we don't till the ground, if we don't set the stage, if we don't create an environment that's conducive to success, you're going to have a harder time succeeding, and that doesn't do us any good. So this is a celebration of things that are good in the business community. This is a celebration, events like this are a celebration of the people who make a difference, because you're bold enough to take a risk. Many of you have put everything on the line. You've taken out that loan that you don't know how you're going to pay back unless you're successful. You've maybe quit a job. You've changed careers. You've done all those things that a risk taker, an innovator, and someone who creates good things does. I commit to you that we will do whatever we can to make that road as easy as we can for you, to get out of the way so you can succeed, so you can reach the highest level of success that your efforts, your ingenuity, your innovation, and your investment will take you. Thank you again for being here. I will tell you that actually the business climate is better than most people think in Mesa and in the East Valley. There's a lot of good things going on in our valley. I have been to a large number of ribbon cuttings and groundbreakings over the last year, 2 years. There is business being done. It's not as easy as it was in the boom times. All of you know that. This is really where the tares and the wheats are being separated. Only those people who are smarter, who work harder, who are willing to confront their challenges better will succeed. But you can succeed in this economy. We've seen it. I've experienced it. I know people who have succeeded. I also know people who are struggling. They're struggling dearly. These are tough times. The great thing we know is that we've been through tough times before, and we've gotten through them. The difficult times do end, and they will end. Whether that's next week, next year, next decade, I don't know. All I know is that if you're willing to put forth the effort, and if you're willing to invest and continue to invest in your business, in your efforts and your activities, you will succeed. And I want to tell you that I see it a lot. I see a lot of great examples where creative, passionate people are succeeding and building business, and they're adding employees, and they're expanding, and they're succeeding. You can do that too. We want to be your help, as I've said. And I can't say that enough. I know I've mentioned this several times. We want to be your help. And if we're not, we want to hear from you. It's funny, I run into people, and they'll say, you know, I'm never doing business in Mesa again. I go, why? I had a lousy experience. City of Mesa was horrible. Okay? When was this? 5 years ago. Have you been down there in the last 5 months? I understand you had a bad experience years ago. Give us a chance. Because you have new people there. You have a new city manager, you have a new city council, and not to disparage the people before, but if you had a bad experience and you're not going to give it a chance, you're denying yourself a great opportunity. Mesa is the 38th largest city in the country. We're a big city. You can't drive from one end of Mesa to the other in less than about a half an hour. There's 450,000+ people. That's a lot of opportunity. That's a big market. Those people do have money that, for in the right situation, they'll spend. So we know that there is the opportunity out there. We see it. We experience it. So thank you so very much for being here. Thanks for inviting me and offering me the opportunity to talk about business in Mesa, to talk about the things I see that are good, the opportunities I see. And hopefully if you're successful, then our revenues will go up, and we can hopefully get over these challenges we have as city governments.